Chapter 1, Section 7. I can multiply integers and I can divide integers. Just a reminder that a multiplication is really just repeated addition. If you look at 4 times 5, it's the same as adding 5 4 times. So in the case of a positive and a negative, 3 times negative 200 would be negative 200 plus negative 200 plus negative 200, which would remain a negative 600. This shows a little bit about where our rules come from. The rules for multiplying and dividing integers are very straightforward. If you have two integers that are both positive, you get a positive answer. If you have two integers that are both negative, you also get a positive answer. If the signs are different, then the sign of the answer will be negative. This is when we're dealing with an even amount of integers. One way that people have heard this in the past is if you think of two positives make a positive, and some would say if a bad thing happens to a bad person, then there may be a positive outcome in the long run. Now if you have two things, one positive, one negative, for example, if you think of someone picking up books for someone as a kind deed, or someone getting in a fight, which one's going to get the attention? Probably the negative one. Here's a little chart to fill in your guided notes, looking at both multiplying and dividing, and there's an example along with each one so you can actually give it a numerical term. So if both are positive in the first box, we would say 3 times 5 would give us a positive 15. Right here in the second box, one negative, 3 times negative 5 would give us a negative 15. Both negatives, a negative times a negative would give us a positive 15. Over here for division, the quotient of 15 and 5 would be positive 3. The quotient of 15 and negative 5 would be negative 3. And the quotient of two negatives, negative 15 and negative 5, would be positive 3. So let's go through these examples. Negative 6 times 4. We know a negative times a positive is a negative. 6 times 4 is 24. That leaves us with negative 24. Example B. Negative 8 times negative 5. A negative times a negative is a positive, and 8 times 5 is 40. Division is the same thing. Negative 18 divided by positive 2 would be negative 9. Negative 25 divided by negative 5 leaves us with a positive 5. Sometimes you're going to have to follow order of operations and do multiple steps. So you'll see in example A here, we have to follow PEMDAS. We would do what's in the parentheses first. In this case, it's negative 6 minus 12, which you can see can be rewritten as negative 6 plus negative 12. That gives us negative 18. We proceed to multiply 3 times negative 18 to get negative 54. Example B. Negative 5 plus 2 would be negative 3. Negative 5 times negative 3 is a positive 15. Example C. In parentheses, we would do 14 minus 5 to give us 9. And negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 9, 18. So we get negative 18. Let's put this into a real-life problem. The student puts $40 in the bank each time he makes a deposit. He takes $10 each time he makes a withdrawal. Given the number of transactions, what is the net change in the student's account? First, let's make sure we understand the vocabulary. A deposit is something that you put into the bank, money that you're saving. A withdrawal would be money that you're taking out of the bank to use. Transactions would be either of those, depositing or withdrawing. And the net change is going to be based on what you put in and what you take out, what is left over. So we have 3 deposits for $40 each, and 5 withdrawals where we're taking out, making it a negative 10 each. 3 times 40 is 120, 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. Add those together, we have a net change of $70. That would be the amount of money that is currently in the bank. This is the end of Chapter 1, Section 7. Good luck!